Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Angela Ning, the General Manager of IA Global London office. IA Global is a leading provider of the international student recruitment. So today we are presenting University of Greenwich. It's our pleasure to have Ray Powell from the University of Greenwich Business School and also Alberto from the International Office to be our presenters today. And just a little bit housekeeping before we get started. Could you all please mute yourself during the webinar? If you have any questions during the presentation, please type them in the chat box. I will bring them up to the at the end because we do have about 15 minutes Q&A sections at the end. And let me kick off from a quick introduction about our company, IA Global. We started as a single office in Seoul, South Korea. Over 29 years, IA Global has become one of the largest and the most diverse student recruitment organizations in the world. We have become an industry leader in the international student recruitment. We have a border-based presence in the major student orientation countries from China, India, Japan, Korea, Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, Nepal, and also have some other key markets around the world. We also have some destination countries where our partner institutions are located, like US, UK, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and also other destination countries. The scale and the international reach of our network means we can offer the recruitment experts in a variety of countries. It also means that we have a closer relationship and a better knowledge of the institutions our students attended, like University of Greenwich. So here is our London office contact details. Please contact us if you do have any questions after this webinar. And if you are outside of UK, I will pass our contact details in local to you upon request, so you can contact them in your country. Now, without any further ado, we will turn the time over to Alberto.
Okay, so I'm going to start sharing a quick video first, and then we'll kick off with our presentation. Hope you enjoy that.
I fell in love with the university as soon as I walked through the door.
So I love waking up every morning and coming to this campus.
The lectures here are really great.
My experience in University of Greenwich made me believe in myself.
I think I chose Greenwich because first of all, the location is great. Like, I literally get 2 trains, it's literally just close to home.
Okay, excellent. Again, thank you so much, Angela, for welcoming us to today's session. Welcome, everybody. It's a great pleasure to see you all here. Thank you for coming along. It's a great pleasure for me to introduce to you the University of Greenwich. So just a quick introduction. My name is Alberto, and I work in the international office at the university, and our role is to support students that would like to study at the university from overseas. And we work really closely with IAE Global to be able to do this. So if you've got a program that you'd like to apply to at the university, or you'd like more information about the university itself or our campuses or anything at all, please do not hesitate to contact Angela or her team across the world. They've got several offices across the world, as you've seen in the earlier slides. For any support, they'll be more than happy to help you, and they work really closely with us to be able to do so. And today I'm also here with Ray Powell. He's the principal lecturer in tourism and the business school admissions tutor. And he will be talking to you in a bit about the University of Greenwich Business School and the programs that we've got on offer within that. But before we get to that, I would like to sort of tell you why Greenwich. So a few quick facts about the University of Greenwich. We were founded in 1890. And so we've just had the 130th anniversary last year. We have courses across 400 subject areas across 4 different faculties and 3 campuses. And we have over 150 accreditations across all those programs. We rank in the top 7% worldwide, according to the World University Ranking 2020, out of 20,000 universities globally. And we have a self-contained campus community, meaning that even though we are in London, everything that you need is on campus, and you will be able to enjoy a campus feel studying at the university. We have 18,000 students across 3 campuses, 25% of which come from overseas. So we've got a really high percentage of students that come from international, and this makes us one of the top 100 most international and culturally diverse universities in the world, in the UK. We invested £80 million in study facilities and social spaces in the last 5 years across our 3 campuses, and we have competitive fees for London standards. We have placement opportunities available across pretty much the majority, I would say 90% of our undergraduate programs, and a lot of our postgraduate programs as well. And as I said, students come study with us from a range of countries, 130 countries, in fact, and that makes the community at the university really diverse for staff and for students as well. So as I mentioned, we have 3 campuses based in London and in Kent. The Greenwich campus and the Avery Hill campus are based in London, and London was ranked the best city in the world for students according to QS 2019-2020. And the 3rd campus is Medway, which is based in Kent. The 1st campus, Greenwich, is home to the Faculty of Liberal Arts and Sciences and the Business School. You're going to hear about the Business School in more depth in a little bit, but this is the UNESCO World Heritage Centre. It's surrounded by history as well as many acres of park, which is the Greenwich Park. It's 20 minutes from central London, which is pretty much, it is a London campus, and you can get to central London very quickly and very easily. We have seen multi-million-pound investments on this campus over the last few years, particularly on the Stockwell, in the Stockwell Street Library and the Dreadnought building. And we have world-class study facilities and social spaces on this campus, as you can see from the photos on this slide. And there's lots to do and lots available in the local area as well. Greenwich is a really thriving community. It is very safe, and it's one of the best boroughs in the whole of London. It's got plenty of bars, pubs, restaurants, shops in the local area for you to enjoy. The Avery Hill campus is home to the Faculty of Education and Health. It's got a really strong campus university vibe. It's surrounded by green spaces, and it's only 30 minutes from central London. Here, we've invested £14 million as well. We've got the majority of our sports facilities based here, and as well as on-site accommodation. And the Medway campus is home to the Faculty of Engineering and Science. So if you're looking to study a program within engineering and science, this is where you will be based. This is a former Royal Navy base with a community of about 10,000 students from all over the world, and 45 minutes from central London by public transport, by train. It's got excellent study facilities, including the Jewel Hall Library, which is the longest library in Europe, with over 150,000 books and 400 computers and 3,000 square meters state-of-the-art labs. Amazing cafes and bars all around, and a 4 million student hub that was built really, really recently. But without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you and welcome to the floor, welcome to the stage, Ray Powell. He's the lead admissions tutor for the business school and the principal lecturer for tourism programs at the University of Greenwich. And he will be talking to you about what we can offer within the business schools and all the different programs that we have available for all of our students who are interested in studying business programs. So Ray, over to you. Thank you.
You need to put me to host again, Alberto.
I can do that. Thank you, Ray.
Let me just share my slides. It's fantastic to see the university presented in that way, because we're used to it in many ways. But it's always a thrill to be able to share with people that are looking for a university. It's always a thrill for us to be able to share the University of Greenwich, because we know it's a great university, but you'd expect us to say that. So why do we say that? Well, as Alberto said, and thank you for that introduction, Alberto, I am the admissions tutor for the business faculty, which means I have responsibility, along with a team of people, for all the applications that come into us, and that's kind of undergraduate and postgraduate and even pre-degree for our foundation or extended programs, which means I get to see an awful lot of people who are thinking of coming to university. So when people say to me, why should I come to the University of Greenwich? Well, actually, I do have plenty of answers. I'm also a teacher. I'm also an academic. So I know a good part of my job is actually getting there in the lecture theatre and delivering my subject, which is tourism. Incidentally, the University of Greenwich is #1 for tourism in London, and we're enormously proud of that. And we have a great deal that we are able to share with you. So you can see there our fabulous Greenwich Maritime campus. That is where the business school is based. That's where, if you are in the business school as a student, and we have, very nearly 50 undergraduate programs and many postgraduate programs. But if you're in the business faculty, this is the campus that you will be based on. So let me tell you a little bit about that campus. And, I've got there 125 years, as Alberto rightly pointed out. That's a little bit out of date. We've been going for 131 years now. So we're not, we're sometimes referred to as a new university, which makes me laugh when you consider we've got 131 years of history. We know what we're doing. We've been doing this for an awful long time. And we are liked by our students. We are liked in terms of what we deliver, and that is an awful lot of delivery, because we're one of the biggest universities in London and indeed in the country. With worldwide we have a number of campuses, but worldwide we have very nearly 40,000 students. About 18,000 of them are registered with us in the UK and attend UK campuses, which, if that doesn't mean anything to you, well, that's quite big. That means that we're able to offer a good range of programs because we've got the numbers to support that, which means that one of the things I like to do when people say, and I perhaps, I'm meeting people who are looking for a university and they say, Ray, I really want to study business. I always say, well, great, fantastic, but you're going to have to help me out. What do you mean by business? Because, are you looking for tourism? That's part of the business school. That's our business school program. Or are you looking for economics? Or are you looking for accountancy and finance? Now, I could go on like this for, getting on for 50 undergraduate programs. So if you're interested in business, chances are we can do it. A number of universities that you might be familiar with will have perhaps 1 or 2 business programs, particularly if you want to be taught in English. Of course, all our programs are taught in English, you'd expect that. But you know what that does mean is we have the skill and the expertise, and we've been doing it for a long time, and we're very proud of the fact that we are able to do that. And we're an award-winning university. We are a full proper university. What do I mean by proper? Well, we have a teaching profile, we have a research profile, we have a community outreach profile, which means that we work with our community, work with our students, work with our staff to make sure that we're delivering what a world-class university should do. And as you saw from Alberto's slides, in the top 7% ranked worldwide universities. And that's a fantastic achievement when you think how many universities there are in the world. And to be top 7% is just brilliant. But that doesn't happen by magic. That doesn't happen because we want it to happen. It happens because we work hard to make sure it happens. Which means that University of Greenwich is a great place to study. Now, you would expect me to say that. Unfortunately, we can't take everybody that wants to study with us. And some people, would you believe this, choose to go elsewhere. Well, great, fantastic. The most important thing is that you get the place that you want to study, that you go to the university that you want to study. But, you know, University of Greenwich offers you the opportunity to study in a fantastic corner of Southeast London. Our campus that you can see there, that dome you can see there, by the way, was designed by Sir Christopher Wren, who also designed the famous dome of St. Paul's in the 18th century. No, what am I talking about? 17th century. And that dome you can see there, we've got 2 of them at Greenwich, is a third the size of St. Paul's, but it's exactly the same. And that was used as a model for St. Paul's. Why is that important? Well, it's important because that's the kind of campus that we have on a World Heritage site. But we're a modern campus, despite what that looks like. We are a worldwide university. And that means that we take our responsibility very seriously to deliver what a world-class university will deliver, but we're also able to do it in this fantastic environment. But, you know, 20 minutes by train to central London. So all of the facilities of a world-class city are available to you as well. And you've seen that we've got 3 campuses, but business is entirely located on the fabulous Maritime campus. But if I'm talking about our fabulous buildings, our UNESCO World Heritage Site, that doesn't mean that we are stuck in the 18th century ourselves. It means that we have a fantastic resources. Stockwell Street, which Alberto mentioned, is a new building. I keep calling it new. It's actually finished in 2016, but it's a modern world-class library, multimedia suites, everything you could want from a modern university. And a modern university is based around information, effectively. And that also means not just books. How old-fashioned will a library be that only offered you books? We don't do that. We offer you the learning you need, the resources you need for your excellent learning. And excellent learning and teaching is what we do. And learning and teaching are 2 different things, by the way, both of which you will be involved in. Learning is not a passive process. It's not something that you can come to a lecture theatre and sit there and expect that we were going to kind of pour knowledge into your head and that's all there is to it. You need to take part in your learning, and we will do that by offering you excellent teaching. How do I know it's excellent teaching? We've won awards for it. And that is nice to be recognized, and we work very hard at it. And if you think teaching at university is just about attending a lecture and being told what to think, forget it. You know, I always say that lectures are the starting point, never ever the finish. A lecture might give you some ideas of the kind of things that you need to be thinking about, and then you will have the opportunity to think about them and demonstrate your thinking, demonstrate your learning. And that happens in a variety of ways. And believe you me, as I've already mentioned, I'm going to mention it again, that we are award-winning when it comes to our teaching. That's really, really important to us. We take it seriously. We want you to take it seriously as well, because the most important thing is you are able to benefit from the work that we do, because that's why we do it. We do it for you. That also means that we need to think about the way in which we are able to offer you, as the business school, the courses that you want to do. I've already mentioned that we are big in terms of student numbers, but the business school is the largest school in the university. We have about 4,500 students. And again, you might think, well, so what does that mean? That means that we're able to offer you the best of the information that we have. And that means that we're able to attract lecturers who are able to deliver in their specialist subject. And it means that we're able to do that because we have a lot of students. Because, let's not kid ourselves, it costs money to deliver a world-class education. And that means that we rely on student numbers. And that means that if we don't have the student numbers, we can't deliver what we want. But fortunately, we're able to deliver the wide range of course. So much so, the business school is organized into different departments. So as I said, tourism is different to accountancy and finance, both business, is different to logistics and supply chain management. Whatever you wanted to do, we have that specialization. Many of our staff are indeed practitioners as well. And that's important because you want to be at the cutting edge of learning. You want to be talking to people who know what they're talking about, and they haven't they're not 25 years out of date. We find that our research means that we are able to keep up to date. And that means that we work closely with employers, for example, and in terms of employment, in terms of job opportunities, in terms of career progression for you, we're better than London. London is able to offer all of the things that you're looking for in terms of employment, certainly better than other places I can think of, because we're right close to the City of London. That's important for us in our business, in the business faculty, because the City of London is the home of business in the UK, certainly, and I would argue worldwide. That means that we need to deliver graduates who are worthy of being graduates of the business school at the University of Greenwich. And that means that we will get you job ready where we can. That also means that we will develop you intellectually, but where we can, the whole university looks to give you accreditation. So if there is a way of helping you with your next step, we will do that whenever possible. And again, you might think, well, that's not really that important. All I'm thinking about is getting to university now. Believe you me, getting to university is the start, never the finish. A bit like lectures. So we will offer you that help. And I've already mentioned the fact that we're not just talking about undergraduate programs, postgraduate study too. But what are you interested in? What is it you want to study? What is it you need? Because as I say, if you tell me, Ray, I want to study business, we've got another conversation to have. Which aspect of business is it you want to do? Now, fortunately, you're able to visit our website, which is gre.ac.uk/study. And there you can get to this page here, which will enable you to search everything that we have. You can find your course, just type it in there, gre.ac.uk. That's our website, which is open to you wherever you are in the world and have an internet connection. /study will get you to that page, and you can just search for the course that you're looking for. You don't need to just believe me when I say that we're a world-class university. There is an independent government agency called HESA, Higher Education Statistics Agency. HESA.ac.uk is their address, and that's independent, nothing to do with the University of Greenwich. And HESA record data on every single university in the UK. And you can go and have a look at your course. You can go and have a look at every university, all the information that you need. But don't run away with the idea that as a university, we are just focused on the classroom. Absolutely not. A university education is intended to develop you intellectually, academically, dare I say, socially. We want you to think about what you're going to do with your degree. And that means that as a business school, we offer the opportunity to network. We offer the opportunity to develop your skills, what some people call soft skills, like interview skills and being able to talk to people in your industry, get job ready, as I've mentioned. And we offer you plenty of opportunities to develop your business skills and to make sure that what you're doing is relevant to your future aspirations, even if you don't know quite what they are now. And we offer ways of developing that. Our employability passport is a great thing. You will be rewarded for the skills that you learn, the skills that you develop, the skills that you employ. The kind of things that you need to think about a business program is all the skills that you develop. It's not just about learning all about your subject. Whilst that's important, you also get what we call those generic skills or transferable skills. Any business program will enable you to do that. So my area, as I say, is tourism. And through studying a business program, you can gain the breadth of outlook, the intellectual development, the intellectual capacity to be able to do what you're doing. I would summarize it by saying the important thing about any degree program, but obviously I'm biased towards the business program, is that what we want you to do is to get you to the stage where you know what you're talking about, that you understand your topic, that you are clever enough and intelligent enough to be able to construct an argument based on evidence. That's the important thing. So know what you're talking about, and a business program will help you to do that. I know that you're focused on getting to university now, but you do need to spend some time thinking about the kind of career that you want to do. Now, there's no guarantees. You know, getting a degree is not an absolute guarantee, except to say, if you are interested in a graduate job is those which demand graduate skills for which you have to have a degree for, then you need to have a degree. And those graduate jobs do tend to be the more interesting, the better paid. And it's up to you to be able to demonstrate to a potential employer that you have those skills. And a degree, particularly a degree from the Business School of the University of Greenwich, will enable you to kind of demonstrate that, to be able to say, yes, I have the skills that you're looking for. Otherwise, you might find that you won't get to the interview stage. Employment prospects are brilliant for the University of Greenwich. We've been through a global pandemic, which is one of those things that we wish hadn't happened, but we're recovering from that one. And we are in a great position to be able to bounce back. And what you need to do is be ready for that. But it doesn't happen by magic. That's the second time I've used that phrase. You need to think about what support do you need, because also, particularly for international students, you're a long way from home. You need to think about, how will I cope? Well, we all need to think about that, because we all have exactly the same question. So you need to think about things other than just what you'll study. You need to think about where you'll live. Well, we can talk about that with our halls of residence, for example. You need to think about the support that you get. How do I know what an essay is? What about language skills? What happens if my English isn't as good as I want it to be, for example? Well, we can help with that, and we offer that as something that we know, because we've been doing this for a long time, particularly for our international students. That support is absolutely key. And one of the things I would say to you, if you're thinking about universities, and I hope you are, have a look and see what support they offer. You can visit our webpage, gre.ac.uk, and you can have a look at the kind of support that we offer. Check if you're another university you might be interested in, and you should be looking at other universities as well. We hope that you come to Greenwich, but only if it's right for you. Otherwise, go to the university that's right for you, that offers you the course that you want. But have a look at the support, not just the course, have a look at the support that's an offer. Because what we want you to do is to be inspired, and that's the purpose of what I'm talking about today. And that support includes support for your studies, but also support for employment. We have a whole team dedicated to getting you into that employment, as well as developing your intellectual skills. You do need to think about fees and finance. You know, it does cost money to live, and you've got to pay your rent, you've got to eat, you've got to pay your fees. And if you visit gre.ac.uk/international, you can get some help and advice about what that is. It may be that there's a bursary that is right for you, and that depends on your individual circumstances. But ultimately, you need to think about how you are going to do what you need to do. And that means be inspired, because this is your future. We can help you with that. We can't do it for you, but boy, oh boy, we've got the things in place to enable that to happen. Now, I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have, but what you need to do, above all, is visit gre.ac.uk to find out more information about us. It's a fantastic website that's got all the information that you need. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much, Ray. That was incredible. There was so much information about, about the business school and the programs that we have on offer and the support that's available to students. So unless there are any questions, we're going to take them later on towards perhaps the end of the session. I would like to sort of give you a few other bits of information which relate to the international fees, as well as the English requirements, or the general entry requirements for international students. And then myself, Angela, and Ray will be happy to take any questions that are left after that. But for now, Ray, thank you so much. That was really insightful. I'm sure that the students will have found that really helpful, particularly if they're planning to study a business program in the UK and at Greenwich. So I'm going to start. Oh, I need to be made a host again. Sorry, Ray.
We're doing it now.
Cheers.
You are now the host,
Wonderful.
Roberto.
Thank you so much. Okay, so where was I? Okay. Great. So in terms of the entry requirements, you may be watching this webinar from all sorts of sides of the world. So depending on where you're from, we have experience and expertise in all sorts of qualifications from all over the world. So you will be able to find the entry requirements for the country where you're from on our website. If you simply Google Greenwich in your country, University of Greenwich, then you will be taken to the main page where you will find all of our countries listed. And as soon as you find yours, click on that and you will be able to see what the qualifications that we need are for entry onto our undergraduate programs. If you are from a country where English is not the main spoken language, then you will be required to take an English test as well. And there's a wide range of different tests that we accept. Obviously, we accept the main one for the UK being IELTS. I'm sure you will have heard about that already if you've already started looking into making an application to a university in the UK. But the level that we require for our undergraduate programs, particularly within the business school, is an IELTS of 6 with no less than 5.5 in each of the 4 skills. Now, IELTS, as I mentioned, is not the only test that we accept. We also accept TOEFL. If you've done GCSEs or international GCSEs overseas, we accept those as well. We accept Cambridge tests, international baccalaureate, of course, the functional skills in English if you happen to be based in the UK. We accept Pearson, so PTE, Versant, and most importantly, we also offer our own Greenwich online English test, which is delivered in partnership with Oxford International, and you'll be able to take this test from our website. Simply Google Greenwich, University of Greenwich online English test, and you can take this test online from the comfort of your home without having to visit any of the IELTS test centers, for example, particularly if they're still closed due to COVID in the country where you live. We also provide accommodation across our 3 campuses, particularly at the Greenwich campus where the business school is. We have about, we have 2,400 places in total, but we have 4 student accommodation halls at the Greenwich campus and at the main village being at Avery Hill, which offers more than 1,000 places in itself. We guarantee accommodation for all of our first-year students who apply by the deadline, particularly if they come from overseas. And all of our accommodation options are within walking distance from the main buildings of the campus. The amenities include an on-site gym, a cafe, laundry services, and social spaces as well. What you will find is that you will have your own private room with ensuite facilities. So you won't have to share your bathroom or your toilet with anybody else, but what you will have is a room within a flat share. So self-catered halls, you will have to share the kitchen and the dining sort of area and social area with up to 5 or 6 other flatmates. In terms of the fees, the undergraduate fees for undergraduate programs are £15,100 per year, and the postgraduate fees, I do apologize, they don't appear in this slide. I think there might have been a glitch, but they range between £15,100 and £18,500 depending on the program that you go for. There's international scholarships available for January 2022 and September 2022. Once you have received an offer to study with the university in one of our programs, you will be able to apply for the International Scholarship Award of up to £3,000 for undergraduate programs and up to £1,500 for postgraduate programs. If you, by looking at the slides that we've been sharing up until this point, and you thought you may have recognized the buildings, then you are absolutely right. Because Greenwich has been the backdrop of a number of different Hollywood productions. So Hollywood really loves coming to Greenwich to shoot their films. And just a few examples listed here: Pirates of the Caribbean, Kingsman, Cinderella, Thor, so The Avengers, Les Miserables, Skyfall 007, The Iron Lady, Sherlock Holmes. These are just some examples of the Greenwich campus being used as a shooting location for these really, really famous productions. So if you are interested in making an application, as I said, please do contact IAE Global, who work really, really closely with the University of Greenwich, and they will be able to support you throughout the application process. They will be able to take your documents, identify a course that is lined up with, and it is aligned with your career aspirations. They will be able to research the best course for you. They will be able to take your documents and guide you through the entry requirements to see whether you will be able to apply and whether you'd be able to be made an offer. And then everything else that is left to do throughout the application cycle all the way through to enrollment, IAE will be able to help you with that. If you are looking to maybe gain more information and maybe speak to the faculty more or other academics within the business school, depending on the program that you'd like to study, or perhaps speak to the accommodation team or the finance team, you will be able to do so in just under a week time. On Saturday, the 16th of October, we've got a virtual open day, which you will be able to join. You can simply register online at gre.ac.uk/events, and you'll be able to take part in this. It's an excellent opportunity for you to gain more information and to ask more questions. So please do not hesitate to come along if you'd like to. The contact details for the international office you can see on the right-hand side. You can email us at international@gre.ac.uk for any questions that you may have. You can also ring us, or you can chat to us live Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. UK BST time. So that is it from me. So I'm going to now hand it back over to Angela, who may be able to let us know whether there's any questions that may have come in during this time. So please do let us know if we can help in any way. Thank you, Angela.
Thank you, Alberto. Thank you, Raymond. You gave us quite a lot of information. We do have some questions in the chat box, actually. The first one, is there any international student support if I'm struggling in my course or lessons?
Absolutely. I mean, I can speak generally for the support that's available across all faculties. There's academic support available to all students, particularly international students, and this includes English language support, but of course, a more wider support is available, like essay writing, for example. We have also a career center which is there to support students with their employability and to help them make applications to placement programs, for example, or to help them build their CV, to help them with mock interviews. So, and we also have a mentoring scheme within the business school that Ray mentioned. So yeah, support is really, really crucial to everything that we do, and the structures in place are really, really strong to ensure that our students succeed in their journey with the university. Ray, would you have anything to add to that?
I do, just to say that one of the things that we know is that it is a particular strength of the University of Greenwich that we do offer that support, and support comes in many, many forms, and it's very individualized, because who knows what you're going to struggle with, except a lot of people do suffer from the same kind of fears, and it is a fear, because coming to university is something that you know, everybody struggles with. I mean, absolutely everybody struggles with in one way or another. Some people hide it better, is my opinion. But if, for example, you wanted help with writing an essay, well, who wouldn't want help with writing an essay? That is available, and that is somewhere that you can go and you can say, look, you know, you can book an appointment with our study skills specialist and say, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to go about writing this essay. and you can sit down on a one-to-one basis, and you can be helped with that. Another thing, for example, that people worry about is Harvard referencing, because it's really important at university level that I've already mentioned it. You know what you're talking about. And how do we get to know what we're talking about? Well, one of the things that we do is we kind of make sure that we understand what other people have said about this from the academic journals and the textbooks. And it's important that we are able to acknowledge the work other people have done and how that's built on our work. And that means that we use a system in the business school called Harvard referencing, which is a global system of referencing. It's not the only one available, but it is the one that we use. And that means that you need to understand exactly how the Harvard system works. Now, that, again, isn't something that's going to happen by magic. You need to be taught it, really. And we take a great deal of effort to make sure that happens. But everybody thinks, well, okay, I need my Harvard referencing to be 100%, because actually the only standard acceptable is 100% accurate 100% of the time. That's not impossible. That's exactly what we need to do. That's not going to happen if you just try and make it up. That will happen because you will listen to people who know what they're saying and say, okay, this is how you use Harvard. This is what you need to do. We have the support available to you as soon as you ask for it. It's one of the things that you'll be, taught about in the classroom as well. But extra support is available. Now, I can't list the extra support which is available for every single thing that you might wish to have support for. But what we do is ask. It's your help. Every student in the business school has a tutor assigned to you, who is responsible to assist you with your social and academic work as well. A tutor is a member of the academic staff, and you can approach your tutor anytime and say, look, I'm having this issue, or can you tell me about this? And your tutor will find the help for you. And it might be that you don't even know what help you need, but it is there. Now, one of the things I said in my presentation was check out how other universities do that, and support is something we take seriously, and we've been doing this for 131 years, so we know what we're doing, and we know that it's essential to your success as a student. We don't just throw you in the deep end and see who swims. What we do is we make sure that you're given all the flotation devices you need to enable you to swim, and there's a metaphor for you.
Thank you, Raymond. Actually, Raymond, you was talking about Harvard referencing. So basically, in Greenwich, you are using Harvard, right? Because
in the business school, we use Harvard as the only referencing system.
Because I know some other university or department, they are using Oxford one. So what's the difference between these two?
Well, it's about choice primarily. What we have chosen to do is to standardize the referencing, and we've chosen Harvard because it is internationally recognized, and the vast majority of institutions use Harvard. And it is possible to use other referencing systems. What we didn't want to get into is a situation where everybody's using different reference systems, because that just confuses everybody. So Harvard has been chosen because it's for its ease of use. It really is really quite simple, and it's a style that has a fantastic pedigree, and it's something that we encourage people to use. Yes, you might find that when you're looking at other academic journals, for example, which of course you will do as part of your research, it is possible to find academic work that doesn't use Harvard. They will use another system, but every single piece of academic work will use one system or another. And it's just in the business school for many years now, Harvard is our chosen system because it works, because it's good, and it delivers what we want it to do.
Yeah, understood. Thank you. There's another question here. How about Processional tests? Is it free or I need to pay? I assume that should be asking about English tests, not really Processional tests. So
so I can answer that, Angela. So we offer both. So if you're asking about the English test, obviously we offer that as I mentioned in the slide. And it is not free. It is about £65 to take the test once. But we also do offer Processional English courses. So if you take an IELTS, for example, and you don't quite meet the requirements, you can choose to either carry on preparing on your own and retake the test, and with the aim to increase your scores, or you can enroll on one of our Processional English courses that we will have available For the September intake, if you're looking to apply to that, the pre-sessional English courses will start at around June time, depending on how long they are, how long you need them to be, depending on your scores. So yeah, we do offer both. And if you're particularly looking for pre-sessional English, you will be able to find more information on that leading on to the September intake towards April or May next year. You will have that information on the website.
Thank you. So if I'm not wrong, Roberto, you in your previous slide, you mentioned your requirement is IELTS 6 and no sections lower than 5.5. Is it that only for undergraduate student or for both undergraduate and postgraduate?
That's for the majority of our undergraduate and postgraduate students. There are some exceptions. There are some programs that ask for 6.5, and there are very, very small number of programs that ask for 7. So I would say 90 to 95% of programs ask for 6.0. But it's always a good idea to go on the university website and check out the English language pages to make sure that the program, to make sure that you know what it is that you require in terms of English for the program that you're aiming to apply for.
Thank you. There is one question here asking for pre-master. Do you have any pre-master course, and who need to take the pre-master course?
We do have pre-masters available, particularly leading on to business degrees at postgraduate level. These are delivered at our University of Greenwich International College. So you will need to, well, first of all, decide what master's degree it is that you want to progress onto after completing your pre-masters. And you'll be able to find information on the International College pages on our website. And I'm sure that Angela will be able to, or her team will be able to direct you to that.
Yeah, so if you need any information about pre-master, please contact IAEU. So we might get you which course might be suitable for you, either master or pre-master. So in the same time, I got the questions for Raymond, actually. I know you are teaching quite a lot of business course. Is it there any placement with the postgraduate study? So
what a fantastic question that is, Angela. For postgraduate study, we look to make sure that everybody is job ready as far as you can. What that means is that we have the opportunity to, if anybody wants to do a placement, we will work very hard to make that happen. Some courses require it. For example, our MBA, it is part of the course. Unlike our undergraduate programs, where we encourage everybody to do what we call the sandwich year, which is where you have you do 2 years at university, then you complete your job, and then you come back and complete your degree. We don't have quite the same system at postgraduate level, because most full-time postgraduate courses are 1 year long anyway. But as part of that, anybody that wants to do a placement can work with our fabulous employability office, and they can say, this is what I'm interested in, and we will do everything we can to put you in touch with the right people. So whilst with most of our master's programs, it's not a compulsory part. Actually, it's not a compulsory part on most of our on our undergraduate programs either, but it's something that we encourage to do. We take employability and placements very, very seriously. What we don't have is a stock of jobs that we can simply give people. Everybody that does a placement needs to be able to demonstrate to an employer that they're worth employing, and that means that you need to be able to present yourself, have the CV, and be interested in the job that you want to do, and we will do everything we can to make sure that that happens. So whilst it's not compulsory at postgraduate level, it is certainly recommended, and we certainly have the machinery to offer anyone that's interested. We will work very hard to make sure it happens. Yeah.
You were talking about, sorry,
Angela. Two of the probably the most popular programs that at postgraduate level with international students within the business school are the programs that offer a placement year, essentially. So we've got 2 MBAs which are extremely popular in the international landscape. One is the MBA International Business, one is the MBA Marketing Management, and both of these have well, the International Business MBA has a January intake as well as September intake, and the MBA Marketing Management will have a September intake together with the MBA International Business. So these two are 2-year programs, the first year being academic, and the second year would being a placement. So you will be able to then go off after your first year of studies to onto a placement and work full-time for a company which will be able to connect you with, as Ray mentioned during his presentation, we have really, really strong connections with the industry, and some of our students have gone on to, work for companies like Apple, like the Walt Disney Company, like IBM, like Microsoft, Barclays and HSBC. So really, really prominent companies in the business landscape in London and in the UK. So these programs are available. They are, as I said, in extremely high demand. So if you're looking to study a business program that offer a 1 year of placement, then I would recommend to contact AE as soon as possible so they can put an application in for you for September or for January.
Yeah, while you are talking about MBA, I do have a question as well. Do you asking for any work experience for when they apply for MBA? Because I know quite a lot of universities, they're asking 3 years management level of the working experience. So how about Greenwich?
So these two programs that I've talked to you about are open to fresh graduates. Essentially, they don't need any particular level of experience. There is a third MBA, however, which I haven't mentioned, which is the Executive Masters in Business Administration. And for this, you will require a minimum of 2 to 3 years. Ray, do correct me if I'm mistaken, of work experience.
3 years with strategic decision making. So an executive post, it's not enough just to have a job. It needs to be at a particular level, that strategic decision making level for the executive MBA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, understood. Right. Okay. I think we answer most of the questions for the day. And thank you very much, Ray. Thank you very much for Alberto, and you coming to join us this webinar. I think it's so informative, and we got a lot of information from you guys. And the last question is for Raymond. So what kind of international student are you looking for Greenwich Business School?
What we know is that successful students are those students that engage with their studies. And that's true of every student. So what we're looking for are people that want to do it, essentially, people that have thought about that. Because make no mistake, it's a big step to study abroad, and it's a fantastic opportunity. And it's one that we're very familiar with and we're very comfortable with, but it's not us doing it. So the kind of student that we want are the people that have potential, because we recognize that potential is difficult to gauge. But it means that you need to be, if you're thinking of applying to the University of Greenwich, you need to be able to demonstrate that you're ready for study. And you can do that in a variety of ways. Ready for study means, if you're thinking about postgraduate qualifications, it means that you will have a good academic profile. It means that you will have perhaps have some work experience, and not just work experience related to your degree, but work experience to demonstrate that kind of can-do attitude. So the kind of student we like is that student that wants to participate and is willing to learn and recognizes that it's about making the best of the opportunities presented, because we can present the opportunities and we're very good at that, and that's what we do, and we can help with that journey. But ultimately, you as a student need to make the decision that that's what you want, and we hope that that is going to be the case when you apply to the university. So the kind of student, the kind of international student that we want is somebody who's looking for a challenge, because we will develop you academically. Make no mistake, there is no such thing as an easy degree program, undergraduate or postgraduate. There is nothing which is going to be guaranteed without effort, but it's the effort that makes it worthwhile. So we're looking for people who want to take part, want to take the opportunities, and are capable. That's the other thing. So a good academic profile doesn't hurt.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Raymond. Thank you, Alberto. And that's all for today. Thanks everybody to join in. It's our pleasure to have both Raymond and Alberto with us, and got a lot of information about University of Greenwich. We are looking forward to receiving your application to Greenwich. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Angela. Thank you,
Angela. And good luck to everybody that's applying. Not that you need luck when you've got skill, but if you're thinking about it, do it.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.